Boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Hello, Star Wars fans. You know, there are just 295 days until Christmas 2024. Oh boy, we've got another episode of Bad Batch coming out tonight. And we'll take a little bit of time today to preview, talk about what we think might happen in this upcoming episode. And I'll be interacting with your chat best I can as we go through the show. And Fitz, I see you there. Says, I think this intro is growing on me. Well, it's growing on me too, Fitz. Wasn't exactly my cup of tea when I switched over. But let me tell you something. YouTube is a fickle game. And trying to do anything on YouTube and stay within the boundaries, right? Stay within the rails is a difficult proposition. I purchased the rights to my previous intro song, and for the last few months, I've done nothing but, well, I've done a lot, but I get daily copyright claims against those videos, even though I purchased the YouTube rights to play that intro. And I switched over to this new intro, which is part of YouTube's platform. And I found a Christmas themed song, even though it's not a Christmas song. I found this intro song, and the words are what caught me, right? The words, because we have so many folks in this fandom today that have kind of forgotten what they fell in love with Star Wars for in the first place, in my opinion. So people can disagree with me, but when we were young, when I was 10, sitting in the theater, 1977, watching Star Wars, I didn't worry about canon. I didn't worry about, does this make sense when you compare it to that? Even when I got to Empire Strikes Back and eventually Return of the Jedi, when we find out that Luke, I'm your father, the first thing we said was, no, he's lying, because Obi-Wan said it wasn't. And then all of a sudden, it's true. He is his father. Well, that means there's a bunch of lies. And then you had to figure out what's going on. Who's lying? Why is that? And you start to realize as you grow older and you start to understand things a little deeper, a little more, that George Lucas just simply didn't care about canon, right? He was telling his story. And he didn't really care about a lot of those things, about crossing the T's, dotting the I's, not his thing. And we see that even later when we get into the Clone Wars animated series. And he says, hey, I think Anakin needs to have a Padawan. And they're like, George? No, he doesn't have a Padawan. No, it didn't happen. He's like, well, it happened now. Figure it out. Same thing. Same thing with bringing Darth Maul back. Right after Darth Maul was chopped in half and sent flying down the shaft to his death. Maul's dead, except when George said he wasn't, and so he just changed his. Figure it out. He wasn't worried about it. So when we were kids, especially me, I don't know about you. Maybe you're smarter than me. Probably are, but I didn't worry about that stuff until I got into the prequel era and I was a grown adult, and I watched the prequels and said, "Wait a minute, this stuff doesn't match. I don't like that." And we got into a big argument about it. So I see I've got Jason Ward's show on right over here, and I can see the chat. I have got it paused. I'm not watching the show, and I can see Dale is over there, Skywalker's Academy, say, "Brian, aren't you late for your show?" I'm over here, Dale. Trev, he is a big picture thinker. He doesn't do details. Amen, Trev. You're exactly right. And a lot of us, we get caught up in canon and trying to make all of the pieces fit together. Right? We're putting this big mosaic together. We've got all these beautiful tiles that are absolutely stunning. The artwork is amazing, and we're like, "Oh, I want to put it together." And we start assembling the tiles, and you're like, "Wait a second, that doesn't match." And then you start fighting about it, right? And what we forget is, like my theme song in the beginning says, "And then I became a man. I forgot who I am." And we get caught up in that. And the secret to recapturing the joy, recapturing the love, and the fascination with Star Wars is to find that inner child again. Find the thing that you fell in love with and latch onto that. And if that means that you can't enjoy the prequels or the sequels or the High Republic or the Legends, whatever it might be, the animated stuff, you don't like that stuff, you don't like it. Then you just move along. It's all good. It's all good. My friends, thank you for being here. I see KG, you came over from Jason's show. Trev, always great to have you here as well. And you're exactly right. You're exactly right, Fitz. I see Fitz put Han shot first. And I was having this little back and forth with Megan, the Star Wars channel YouTuber, the Star Wars YouTuber. You'll get that in a moment. I was having this little back and forth with Megan, and she loves picking on Santa, and I love her, and so we get along really well. And she'd give me a hard time, I'm giving her a hard time, and at the end of the day, we love Star Wars. You love Star Wars. That's why you're here. And we're here to talk about the Bad Batch, Matt Risman. You knew he would show up sooner or later. You knew it. You knew Matt Risman's going to show up later, and every time he shows up, he's got to poke the bear. Me being the bear. And Matt Risman just loves poking the bear. That's what he's here for. With the Sabersmith, I need Wrecker and Batcher to hug each other. Wouldn't that be great? Hugger's like, "Oh, come here, puppy. Oh, nice puppy." That'd be great. And we're going to go through my predictions, and I'll give you a little bit of insight to what I'm thinking. Some of the information that I have in my predictions is informed. It's informed in that I've had folks reach out to me and tell me, "Hey, I saw the screeners, and here are things that you should just set your expectations." Nobody told me a daggone thing about anything that happens. I don't know. I'm telling you, from the folks that have seen the screeners and they've talked to me, they've not given me one iota of detail about what happens episode to episode or what's going to happen in this episode or the next. All I know are some expectations about what might we see or what might we not see. And specifically, I was told, don't expect to see things that aren't Bad Batch in the Bad Batch. For example, Rebels. In Rebels, when we got in a bit, we saw Ahsoka show up. And then Ahsoka became a somewhat regular. Okay, sure, Santa. I'm telling you all. I'm just a fat dude in a basement. That's all it is, right? I'm just a fat dude sitting in a basement in Central Ohio. That's all I know. But Ahsoka showed up, right, in Rebels, and she became a recurring character in that show. Do not expect to see that in Bad Batch, right? Don't expect to see Ahsoka show up in Bad Batch. It's not likely to happen, even though Ahsoka is in this era, right? She's in the timeline roughly. We know she's going to be a Bad Batch or in Rebels, right? She's in Rebels. She's in Clone Wars. This is in between. She should be able to show up, except she's not gonna. She's not gonna. At least not in what they saw, right? And I said, would you might see anybody like that? Like, would we be able to see? And I asked them questions like, would we be able to see a Yoda or Yaddle or Ahsoka or any number of other folks? Like, go back to Clone Wars animated series. Would we be able to see old Fui? I had her name 2 seconds ago, and I started to say it, and it left. Right, but any number of characters like that, any that you might think of, and they said no. Expect to see other things you see. Yeah, Yaddle's deceased, right? She's dead, but I just gave a list of, like, for examples, not specifics, right? And I specifically told them, don't tell me. Right? Don't tell me. I'm like, are we going to see Yoda? Yes or no? Are we going to see Ahsoka? Yes or no? No, I gave him a list. I said, are we going to see like anybody like? And I listed a long list of names: Ahsoka, Yoda, Yaddle. Oh shoot, the one everybody keeps thinking is going to show up, but she doesn't. she hasn't been in anything since the Clone Wars animated series. And I keep seeing people read little tea leaves here and there and say, oh, that's going to be, and she's another Padawan was with Ahsoka, and the two of them were trapped in that vehicle. Barriss Offee. Thank you, Fitz. Fitz got it. Barriss. Yeah. Then I listed Barriss and I listed a bunch of others. And they said, nope. Don't expect to see anybody like that. You will see, and we've seen already, we're going to see Rex, right? We know we're going to see Rex. We've seen him in the previews. And there are other characters that we would see, but they're all consistent with Bad Batch. They just told me, expect to see people you've seen in Bad Batch. That's who you're going to see. I'm like, got it. Thanks. That's awesome. And now just to set the expectations, right? Are we going to see Ahsoka show up to save the day? I wouldn't expect it. Not so much. Slow your roll. And they also just told me minute basics, like the story keeps moving forward. Moves forward. Don't expect to see it, go back. So will we see Hera? See, there's another example Fitz gives. Hera. We did see Hera in season 1. Could we see her again? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Nobody told me, right? Nobody told me. And if she's in any of these episodes and they saw her, I didn't ask. They didn't tell because I wanted to come into these episodes just like you, not knowing what I don't know. And here we go. So we're going to jump into the predictions now. And we have a little predictions game we do on the show where I put out a Google form. It's got 10 yes and no questions on it. with one bonus question you can fill in. You'll find the link to that predictions form in the description of this video. You can also find it on our Discord and in our Patreon. And if you would like to play along, you're more than welcome to join us here. Admission is free. You can join for no cost. And if you get as many questions correct or more than Santa, you can show up on the leaderboard below, right? Yes, I know, Kay. Everybody loves poking the bear. It's fun. When I'm a visitor, like with Jason, or and by the way, we're going to talk about Rob here in a moment. Anybody like that? I like poking the bear too. It's a lot of fun. But if you do as well or better than Santa, you can show up on the Wall of Fame for any episode. If you've never played the game before, you jump in, you can be like Baymax right there, going by. There he goes, Baymax. And you can show up on the Wall of Fame. If you like to play for the entire season, you do predictions to every game, you can show up in the season leaderboard. And at the end of the season, you can show up, you can get some Star Wars Santa merch. You can get some Star Wars Santa merch. Jedi Mike, right there. I see you over on Jason's stream. Yeah, Rob is spreading lies about Santa over there. He's making up stuff that didn't happen. I never once complained about Andor not having lightsabers and Jedi. And not a single time. Rob is lying. He's being entertaining, but he's misrepresenting the facts, my friends. I may have mentioned it in that other folks, as I was seeing online, didn't like it because it didn't have lightsabers. Some people, and this bears saying, for some people, Star Wars is Luke Skywalker and the original trilogy. For some people, Star Wars is the Skywalker saga, 1 through 6 only. 7 through 9, they don't count. Right? But for other people, like Matt Risman, for other people like Matt Risman, the only Star Wars is the sequel trilogy. Like if it doesn't have Rey, it doesn't count. That's Matt Risman. That's what he believes. If it doesn't have Rey, it's not Star Wars. See, I can poke the bear too. I can do it. I can do it. It's a lot of fun when you're friends and you just ribbing each other. It's good fun. So make sure you tell Coach and that Matt Risman thinks if it doesn't have Rey, it's not Star Wars. Make sure Coach knows. I entertain myself. I can't help it. Hey, we're going to jump into our predictions. And last episode, let me share this on the screen. And let me do this. Let me do that. Last episode, there was this fantastic cinematography where you see this wide chasm between Crosshair, who's like right beneath here, and over on the other side, way over there, you can see the rest of the batch. And there's this huge chasm, right? Yeah, Trev, if it doesn't have R2, it's not Star Wars. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Way over there is the batch, and way over here is Crosshair. It just shows this chasm that is between them that has to be worked out, and this becomes part of the basis of what I am predicting for this episode tonight, the preview. And then there's a little bit more that follows this. I thought, well, let me see if I can not get in trouble. I'm going to share just a little bit, and we're going to I've got it muted so it won't play. But you can see Crosshair coming out, and look at those expressions. They don't seem none too happy, none too pleased to see their old friend. Crosshair, you can look at Wrecker's expression there, and we keep playing just a little bit. And Omega looks up to say, are you guys okay that I brought him over? He's coming down the ramp. He looks over at his brothers. Oh, This and look at Hunter back there. He's not a happy guy either, right? Neither one of these are very happy. And so we're going to get into our predictions, and here's how we're going to do it. Here's what the responses that we have gotten into the survey so far, into my form. You can see my predictions are already recorded. And then we've got Daniel Fisher, Ethan Frowood, and Megan, the Star Wars YouTuber. My good friend Star Wars Meg has given her predictions as well. And then Baymax, who is on the Wall of Fame there. So we'll go through our predictions. We'll talk about why we're thinking what we're thinking. It'll be a bit of a preview for what we see tonight, and I will fill in some blanks here and there as I'm able, okay? So first question, someone will mention following orders. Now, I said yes to this, only because there's going to be a bit of a explaining to do, right? Wrecker and Hunter don't seem pleased to see their friend, and I think Omega may mention, guys, he was just following orders. He couldn't help it, right? She said that kind of thing before. He helped me. We wouldn't be here without him. She's going to defend Crosshair. Crosshair may be a bit grumpy. He may not be willing to say, hey, guys, sorry. He may not say that, right? He may not apologize. He may not say, sorry, guys, I was a turd. I don't know he's going to say anything like that. So, but I think that Omega may say something to that effect. So I said yes. There will be some mentioning of following orders because there's got to be some explanation why Crosshair did what he did and why he's here now, right? So I think that may happen. Someone will be killed, a non-droid. This happens when we see a stormtrooper get shot or an Imperial get shot. Somebody's ship blows up, like you see a TIE fighter blow up, a pilot dead, all of that. I put yes. I'm starting to feel, you say 100% yes. Everybody's saying yes. I'm starting to feel a little iffy on this one, though. What happens if we don't have any shooty this episode? What if it's all tactical and we're talking about where we're going and the Empire hasn't caught up with them yet? And they go back to the island and where Fee is, and we have a reunion. The topic of this episode, the title of this episode is oh shoot, what is it? It's 1 second. It's in my thumbnail. It's in my thumbnail. The topic to the title to tonight's episode. What is it, guys? Bad Batch season 3. It is here we go. Where was it? I had it. I had it right here. The Return. That's it. Dale, The Return. Matt Risman, The Return. You guys got it. So the title tonight is The Return. I think it could be returning back to the island where Fee is and maybe some of these other folks going to Pabu. Yeah, KG, she thinks going back to return to Pabu and maybe a bounty hunter. Not a bounty hunter. I can tell you that for sure. Not a bounty hunter. No bounty hunters. No bounty hunters until the later part of the season. No bounty hunters in the first 8 episodes. Not happening. So Matt Risman says AZ is with Fee on Pabu. Yeah, I could see all of that happening. Where we get a reunion, and so someone gets killed, perhaps. But maybe it's just reunion. They go back to Pabu. There's no shooty, and nobody dies. This one I could get wrong. I could see it. I could see it happening. Number 3, a droid was referred to by name, and this gets into what we're just talking about AZ being there, right? So if Omega reunites with AZ, she may say his name. She also could say Gonki because she's reuniting with those droids. Gonki for sure. She's going to see. Will we see her scene? I don't know. AZ would be another. So I said yes to a droid will be referred to by name because I think very well Omega could say hi to Gonki and or AZ. and we could see that. Trev says Crosshair returns to the batch. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just working out where we're going in the story. And we saw them reunite here. Where are they headed next? Meg on Friday's show said maybe we would go back and we would see Hera. That would be cool. I'm totally on board for that. But we also know from the previews that Fee is part of it, and we also see them on Pabu in part of it, and then all the troopers there on Pabu. Very well, just in my mind, just working out from what I've seen in the trailers, plus what the story seems to be going, is we're going to go to Pabu. The Empire is going to figure out they went to Pabu, and then the Empire is going to go there. I think they're going to get there ahead of the Empire. The Empire is going to come, and maybe that will be next episode. If it's tonight's episode, we got a better chance of shooty, and maybe I don't get the question wrong. I'm prepared to get question 2 wrong. Question 3, we're not sure. Question 4, just for full disclosure, all of the rest of the answers, I said no. 4 through 10, I said no. And this is part of me hedging my bets on nobody getting killed in question 2. Question 4, a ship will fire upon another ship. I don't think so. I think they're going to be on Pabu, and if the Imperials arrive, it won't be in space battle, shooty. So that's what I'm thinking. Trev says, sounds like Palpatine has to be in it then. 3 P's: Fee, Pabu, and Palps. Everything in 3s. Oh, I love it, Trev. I love it. The only thing about that is I was told no more Palps in the episodes that have been screened. So there you go. No more Palps in the episodes that have been screened, and no guest characters from other shows, and no bounty hunters in the screener episodes. What happens in the episodes, I don't know. All I can tell you is that I was told to, just set your expectations. So there you go. A ship fires upon another ship. I said no because I'm just hedging my bets. Not sure. Dale says the return of Barriss, Sid, Az, Ventress, Cad Bane, Quinlan, Palpatine, Vader, Roland Durand, and the Pikes. You forgot the Pikes. There's your 3 P's. The Pikes. Fee, Pabu, and the Pikes. No, I don't think so. But anyway, we'll see. Question 5. We see Wayland and Mount Tantus. They've been in every episode. It's central to this season. What's going on Wayland in Mount Tantus, especially as it concerns Dr. Hemlock. And Dr. Hemlock is going to be wanting to get a hold of the batch, specifically those escaped prisoners, right? They want to capture Omega and Crosshair for sure. So will we see Hemlock on Tantus trying to play in capturing them? Maybe not. So here I took a chance. I said no, because I'm going out on a ledge. Maybe they will. Probably they will, and I'll get this one wrong too. But we'll see. I think no. I think we'll go to Pabu. The story's going to be centered on going back there, and I think again, this is just in my head. Nobody's told me where we're going in this episode. I don't know a thing. I'm just guessing here. 6, a bounty hunter. This one I'm quite confident in. No. The answer to question 6 is no. Question 7, a named character from another show. And I've explained this already. The answer is no. So I'm giving you guys the answers. When I know the answer, I will tell you. Question 6, the answer is no. Question 7, the answer is no. Those are take it to the bank, right? Points. You can get those points if you just answer those correctly. You've seen that somebody has answered these wrong. Somebody's answered those wrong. And I don't know who. I haven't looked. Question 8, someone will use the Force. If you think Omega is Force sensitive, which I do not think she is Force sensitive, nor do I think she has the ability to use the Force. I don't think, and certainly she's not been trained to use the Force. We will not see, I believe, now this is just a guess again, I believe we will not see somebody use the Force. And the only person that would do that would be either a bounty hunter, right? We know Ventress is coming, or a named character from another show, like Ahsoka. Just throw that, right? No, they're not showing up. Those aren't showing up. So I say no. But could Vader show up and use the Force? Sure. And Vader's part of the story. I just don't think he would be in this. I mean, I could be wrong. Santa could be wrong. But I think that the probability of somebody using the Force is like less than 1%, right? So I don't know. I told you the answer for question 6 is no. The answer for question 7 is no. I have like 99% certainty. The question for number 8 is no. Only because I can deduce from 6 and 7. Question 9, a flashback scene. I don't know. I said no because we've not gotten a single flashback scene to this point, and I'm going to guess that we don't. So there you go. Question 10, a species or droid speaks in another language with subtitles to translate. Again, we haven't seen it to this point. We absolutely could. It is part of Star Wars, but I just don't. I don't think we're going to, because we haven't seen it to this point, and I don't see the story arc going where somebody would come in. Yeah, KG flashbacks for Crosshair, maybe, maybe. And then we have the fill in the blank. This is where you can get bonus points. You can get 1, you can get 0, you get it wrong, or you give an unapproved answer. And all of the rules are in the survey itself. But in here it says, make a guess of what you think. You can get 0 points for an unqualified answer, 1 for the give me's, 1 point for a give me answer, and you can get 5 points if you go out on a limb and you say something's going to happen that we've not seen in a trailer and not in a leak and not common sense, right? So those are the things. Yeah, KG, should I play it safe or go for 5? So let's just review what's been in here, and I'll give you examples of how these would be scored. We only have 5 answers to go from. The first one is mine. The first one, Hunter and or Wrecker argue with Crosshair. That's a 1-pointer. It's a 1-pointer. Easily deduced. It looks like we're going to have a fight. We're going to argue. We're going to have crosswords exchanged between them. That's going to happen, I think. That's a 1-pointer. Second, Crosshair finds out about tech. Crosshair maybe already knows about tech. We don't know sure, right? We don't know for sure. If they say that, hey, tech was killed, blah, 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 and he's like, well, I didn't know anything about that. Then, yeah, he learned about it. He finds out about it. That's the key in this answer, is he finds out about it. If he already knows, he's not finding out. I think that this could get 0 points, right? Even if he acknowledges Tech's death, but as if he already knew it, that's 0. If he responds to learning of Tech's death, then that's a point. Right? KG says, nah, surely Omega told him. Yeah, that's what I think. So this would be 1 point or 0, right? That'll be it. Dale says, what? No. Crosshair will play along as if it's the old times. Maybe. And then that will be worth a point. Trev says, got a meeting. Hey, have a great day, Trev. Thanks for stopping in and being part of the conversation. Appreciate it, my friend. Next question. I think we'll see Asajj Ventress. The answer there is no. That's 0 points. If she showed up, it would be 1. but for tonight, it's 0. I can already score it. Hunter, Crosshair and Hunter will work together on a snow planet. Ooh, oh, that's in the trailer. If it happens tonight, that's a point. That's a point because it's been in the trailer. If it happens tonight, get the point. If it doesn't happen tonight, no point. Omega will be reunited with her Lula doll on the Havoc Marauder. Oh, that's a very good guess. That is a very good guess. It's easily deducible, but it's not in a leak. It's not in a trailer, and it's not naturally going to happen, right? I think that Omega being reunited with Lula doll on the Havoc Marauder is very specific, and it's worth 5 points. If we see it, I will grant 5 points to Omega being reunited with the Lula doll. And then we return to Pabu. I think that's 1 point, just like the Snow Planet one. 1 point. So, and that's where I think we're going. I think we're going to the Snow Planet. So, or I think we're going to Pabu. Sorry about that. So that's my guesses. We got 6 questions in now. So we're starting to see more responses come in. You guys are participating. Thank you for that. So there's that. I want to promote just briefly our. I want to promote briefly our Patreon page. On Patreon, if you're one of our patrons, for just $1 a month, you can support the channel in a very, very meaningful way. It means a ton. It really helps us out. And you can submit these unlimited super chats. And right here, you can find Patreon only live stream questions. If you put a question in here, then I will respond to it during one of the live streams, assuming that it is appropriate, right? I will not read just anything. So keep it clean. Keep it clean. This is Santa Claus here you're talking to. So keep it clean. But live stream questions, you can poke the bear. People often do. You can poke the bear in these questions, and I will read it on screen during one of our live streams. The other thing is, if you come into the page, there are collections. You can see that tab right here. If you go to collections, you will find that there are stories I've read. You can see that I've read Darth Plagueis, and I give my response chapter by chapter. You can go through the entire book with me and find out why I dislike this book so much. Why does Santa dislike the Plagueis novel? Well, you can follow along here. You get 2 benefits. One, you can read it or you can listen to the entire book. Second is you get my response to it chapter by chapter. And then you can also submit your responses in there, and you can you can communicate and give feedback that way as well. And then you'll see the Thrawn novels are on here, the new canon novels. And I've begun reading the Fate of the Jedi series. There's 7 books in that series, and you'll see 9 books in that series. I've read book 1 and book 2. We have a placeholder for book 3, and I'm going to get back to that as soon as I can and start reading book 3, Abyss, in the Fate of the Jedi. So we've got canon material here. We've got legends material here, and this is a great place you can come through and interact and consume that. Just $1 a month, you can support the channel in a meaningful way. I try to give you lots of benefits for doing that because what you do there helps me so much. I want to give back. I want to do as much as I can for you. So there you go. There's that. All right. Well, those are my predictions. And we have people being naughty in the chat, but no naughty list song today. No. Everybody's poking the bear. Mike, I'm pretty sure you love that book. You've definitely read it enough. I have. I read it. Listen, I listened to it on Audible, audiobook first. And then when I was listening to it, I was like, man, I do not like this book. And I don't know why people like it so much. I'm like, I think that I need to go read it. And then I read it. I went through it a second time on Kindle and I read the entire book. I was like, I definitely don't like this book. So after listening to it and after reading it, I'm like, I don't like this book. And then people were poking the bear. They're giving me such a hard time about it. I'm like, fine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through it a third time. I'm going to read it and listen to it simultaneously. And I'm going to respond chapter by chapter. And that's what you'll find on my Patreon. And I'm like, I definitely don't like the book. It's better than I put on, right? We're having fun here. And it's better than I put on, but it's still not good. It's still not good. All right. You guys want on the naughty list? Here you go. I do this just for you guys. Here you go. You're all naughty. Yeah. Poking the bear. That's not nice. Naughty list. Fitz, Mike, Dale, all of you. Naughty list. There you go. Thank you so much for that. So tonight we're gonna get Bad Batch season 3, episode 5. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow, about this time, somewhere around 12. Tomorrow we'll do a watch party where I'll watch the episode for the very first time and I'll respond to it. I'll interact with you all and we will grade your predictions and find out who makes it on the Wall of Fame for episode 5. And then I just a little heads up, I'm going to miss a couple of episodes this season. I'm going to miss in 3 weeks. I'm going to be in Montreal, Canada, with a work trip there. So I'm going to be out. We're leaving for Montreal on Tuesday. We'll be returning on Sunday. So no show that week. Then in April, we're headed to Memphis, Tennessee for Santa Claus Convention. It's the International Santa Convention in Memphis, Tennessee. I will be down there that week and be missing the episode there as well. So just a heads up, I'm going to miss a couple of episodes. We will still do predictions. We'll still grade the predictions, but I won't be able to do a preview show. We won't be able to do a live watch, and I won't be able to do our weekend review. So tomorrow we'll do the watch party. Thursday, if at all possible, I would love to do a community stream with all of you, with my patrons, with my YouTube channel members. I would love to do a community stream and find out how are you guys enjoying the Bad Batch at this point through the season. And then Friday, we'll do a weekend review where we'll cover some of these stories that are breaking from our friend Bespin Bulletin and other outlets. And we'll talk about the news of the week. All right. So you guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I do not have a Star Wars Mike Porter, excuse me, a Star Wars Mike Porter dad joke, but I did see that Mike Porter posted a joke on, let me see here. I've got some DMs. Oh, Matt Risman has sent me a video. I need to share this. Okay. I'm going to have to share my screen. Let me open this and then, let me pause it. Matt shared, there was a new like TV spot that came out today. And let me share this with all of y'all. And it kind of goes into some of the predictions that we made. So use this to inform your predictions. And we'll go here. And let me share this on the screen with all of you. Come on. Where is it? Share. Just a second. The scaling of the window won't give me the share button. There we go. There it is. Share. All right. So we've got that. Man, this is being a pain in the keister. Let me share this with you all and we'll watch it together. I haven't seen it yet, but Matt Risman sent this to me in a DM. So here we go. It's for you guys. Share this on screen. And let's see if it's muted or not. Like that. There we go. There you go. Stop. Whoa, there it is. So right here, look, there's Fee and there's AZ right there. You can see them together, Fee and AZ in the shot. Go big, go bad. Oh, there's the snow planet. I want to stop just a second. I saw this before, and I haven't seen anybody talk about it. But in this scene right here, you can see a Bad Batch member, right? You got Wrecker, and he's holding on to, I'm going to assume that's Hunter. I can't exactly tell. Let me back up and let me play this, and I'll pause it. They've got a gator coming up out of the water here. And there you go. You can clearly see it grabs hold of the backpack of a Bad Batcher, right? And he's holding on, but the gator wins. Boom. And then he jumps in after him. Oh, there's that. All right. So that's the preview that they sent me. Let's see. I got a couple other DMs. Jason. Let's see. No, and then Jedi Mike. Jedi Mike. Well, I did see Mike. I'm sorry for your loss. Jedi Mike lost his father-in-law this last week. Family dealing with the loss of a close family member. Lost his father-in-law Saturday. So, Mike, our condolences go out to you, your family. And Thursday, I hope to do a community stream and have you join me, and we could talk about Star Wars. So we'll try to do that on Thursday, my friend. All right. And I did see a Mike Porter dad joke. He posted it on Meg's Discord, and she has a channel for just jokes. So the Mike Porter dad joke, it's not Star Wars related, says, "What do you call an insect that takes flight when the sun goes down? What do you call an insect that takes flight when the sun goes down?" Oh, fly by night. But dun. Good job, Mike Porter. Thank you for all you do for all of us. I appreciate you being here and doing what you do. You guys, you can follow Mike Porter on Twitter, X. You can find the link to his profile in the description of this video. You guys have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And then Thursday, let's cross our fingers and let's hope that we can have a community stream and catch up. I miss you all, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. So until then, my friends, Merry Christmas, and may the Force be with you always. Bye-bye.